Good morning, everyone. You guys can still hear the little bit of still sickness in my voice, huh? I just got a note here that there's no music playing, so let me take care of that. Good morning, welcome to Wednesday's edition of Coffee Chat. I'm going to have Janet in here in a second, and our guest we're excited to have on, Joy Spraggins, JSP Photography. I'm going to talk to her about her business, ask her some cool questions and so you guys can get to know about her a little bit. But I want to talk a little bit first before we get the coffee chat going. Some people have been in my inbox asking me about GBS, what I got coming up. Well, guys, there's a lot going on in the investing world. I'm sure you're aware of. One of the things I'm doing over here is I'm always telling you guys about how to make the best of your retirement accounts and everything. So I'm working on some strategies for that. But I went ahead and put a portfolio together as far as my clients who need to roll over their 401ks or need to start a Roth IRA or an investment account. And that portfolio right now is up 6.51% where the markets are down. So we got a lot of good stuff going on. And trust and believe I'm going to be sharing all of this with you guys. I'm just trying to, tighten up a couple of things. You know how I am. I like to have it right and tight before I release it. So that's one of the things I got going on there. And what I'll do on these coffee chats, I'll talk a little bit more about GBS. Not a whole lot, guys, because the coffee chat is basically for me and Janet to, mainly, just chat about, current events or whatever. And more importantly, do what we're gonna do this morning, which is highlight some small business owners. I don't like the word small business owners, huh? Highlight some African American business owners, and so they can share what they're doing in their business. Maybe it might help someone, and also to help promote their business. So we're going to get this thing started in just a moment. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with Coffee Chat. Good morning. Oops. Okay, let me get my devices right.
You know what I'm saying?
Good morning, Janet. You want to introduce our guest? Let me stop the music.
Sure, yeah. So I am so excited to have this young lady on to chat with us today. She's one of my most favorite people. Of course, I have thousands. I have thousands of most favorite people, but she is definitely one of them. She has just grown in leaps and bounds, and now she's she started her own business a few years ago, and she's doing extremely well. She's just an overall all around, good person who just happens to be, one of my little cousins who call me Aunt Janet. And just to give a little background, in our family, we have because to them, I'm one of the elders, even though I might be one of their they might be one of my rather second, third, or fourth cousins. In our family, we call our elders, even the cousins, aunt or uncle. They never say our first name. They never do that. And my children do the same thing. It's always, Aunt Jean or Aunt whoever. And so it's the level of respect for your elders. And she's just my precious little bunny. Joy Spraggins. Her business is Joy Spraggins Photography, or JSP. And so we just like to welcome you, Joy.
Hi, y'all.
Hey.
She being all shy.
Uh-huh. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Joy?
Okay. I'm 24 years old. I'm based in Abbeville, Louisiana, but I do travel around the state of Louisiana, out of state. I'm an I'm an award-winning photographer. I just won an international award. I've also been published in over 20 magazines. So yes, and I'm the only fine art photographer in my area.
So,
So,
okay, I didn't know all of that. Okay, congratulations. So proud of you.
congratulations. That's wonderful. Tell us what published means.
I've been published in a few magazines and mostly journals.
What does that do for your business? I mean, I guess the real question is, how does one become published? What makes you stand out to be published in several magazines?
At first, there was this website that I heard about from different photographers where you can go and you can upload your work and stuff like that. And I tried that out, and eventually it wasn't me posting my work, it was them emailing me asking me, hey, can you do this shoot for us? This is the aesthetic we're going for. This is the edition of this magazine. Do you think that you can shoot some content for us? So that's kind of how I got it rolling.
That's how it started, and it just snowballed from there.
Hmm.
Being published at, so how long have you been in business?
I've been in business for 3 years.
So is it normal for such a, when was the first time you got published?
I think it was beginning of last year.
Okay, so you were like almost 2 years in, or two, just shy
Yeah,
of 2 years in?
I was almost 2 years in.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And so can you just kind of give us just a few of the magazines that you've been published in?
Okay. Yeah, it's a lot.
Just give us maybe like 3 or 4.
I know for sure. Vigor magazine,
Mm-hmm.
which is a black-owned magazine. Hold on, let me pull up my list. There's a lot, like a lot, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you were getting published, so you're saying that's a lot, right? My question rather is, it started off slow, and then other people saw that you were publishing these other publications, and that kind of sped up the process for you getting published.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How did you know that photography was it for you? That was your thing.
I've I've always started things and never finished them because I would get bored or it would get overwhelming. I knew it was for me around that 2 year mark when I was like, oh, I'm still doing this and I still love it. Like, this is what I look forward to every day. When
Mm-hmm.
I'm not having a good day, I'll pull out my laptop and start editing photos. It's relaxing for me. I knew it was for me because I love it. And I'm the type of person, I get pretty overwhelmed with certain things, and it's not really like overwhelming for me. It's just something I enjoy doing all day, every
So
day.
it's not like work or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. But while you're looking for those publications, I'm going to share your Instagram page. This is where I saw that I could see a lot of your work at, so that people could see. Proof is in the pudding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's a lot of pictures on here.
So do
um,
you have a particular niche, or do you do it all?
My top three is always maternity, newborn, and first birthdays.
Okay. And so when we were talking a few minutes earlier before we came on air, you were saying something about being able to you chart a baby's you chart the birth. So tell us a little bit about that.
So last year, my other aunt, Tiffany, she sorry you guys, I have dust in here. She recommended that I keep track of the highs and lows of the year. So I kept track of when I have the most first birthdays, when I have the most maternity sessions, when I have the most graduation sessions and stuff like that. So there are certain points in the year where there's a big pregnancy boom,
Mm-hmm.
where like it's like everybody gets pregnant around the same time, especially in our area. It's
Uh-huh.
it's like boom, 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 boom. Everybody gets pregnant out of nowhere, and that's usually around January, December, January ish,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then around this time, and then around like October, November, that's when there's another like huge pregnancy boom. Most of my cake smashes, my first birthday sessions are around again January, December ish, and then of course graduation sessions are around May, around that time. So I've kept track of everything. So that way I know, okay, it's this month. Let me go ahead and start putting out packages and bundles and stuff like that. So when they scroll, it can be like, hey, this is what I have going on right now. This was fate. Let me go ahead and book it.
Right. And I see we know that Dee's baby is she's like an sensation. She's an internet
Mhm.
sensation. Even when
Uh-huh.
I'm on even when I'm on like TikTok or whatever, or even Facebook, a lot of people they share her pictures
Mhm.
and the videos. And I think it's wonderful, but it also scares me all at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
strangers are like sharing my little cousins,
Mhm.
know, pictures all over the place. But the child is beautiful. So let me ask you, Joy, what are some of the highlights of your business, because you're still relatively young. You're 3 years in. What are some of the highlights of the past 3 years of your business?
Mm.
The things you like the most?
Well, I really like, okay, of course I like being published, but my favorite thing is whenever my clients they see their final photos or sometimes even the raw photos,
Mm-hmm.
and you can tell they're not exactly confident in themselves. So it's when they see their pictures, just the look of, oh wow, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you get to see yourself how I see you through my through from my perspective.
From your
And
lens.
yes, and my grandmother has always taught me everybody's beautiful in their own ways. And
Mm-hmm.
some people have never taken photos or they feel as though I'm too big or I'm too skinny or I'm not pretty enough or I don't feel comfortable or I just had a baby and stuff like that. So it's like when they see the final result, it's always that oh wow moment
That's
for me.
wonderful. And
Mhm.
what are some of the challenges of your business that highlighting the this girl right here? Don't listen. I'm gonna say this. Don't pay any attention to her. This is my best friend of 40 plus years, and she is just live and in living color. Okay. What are some of the challenges that you faced? Trying to start your business and keep it going.
um the biggest challenge was um, on my part, setting boundaries
Mm-hmm.
and kind of finding my voice because I am young.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes people can try to take advantage of that. I'm also a female.
Mm-hmm.
So people, again, can try to take advantage of that. And I personally just didn't have any boundaries with clients. I didn't really have, okay, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that. So it was a challenge setting those boundaries because of course you have those people that are, well, it was like this last year. Why is it like this year? Why do you have a contract now? Why is it this much now? So it's mostly boundaries. And then again, where the area that I'm in, everybody pretty much knows me
Mm-hmm.
and I try to build connections with everybody. So at some point they try to cross the line. Most people try to cross the line, so it's just hard putting up boundaries.
So have you found that you've had more success in doing that? in setting your boundaries?
Yes, I have. Thank you.
So, if someone wanted to, well, before I ask that question, what you said that your niche is really, babies and pregnancy photos and stuff like that. Um, what about, like, I'm not going to ask you where you find your backdrops or anything like that, because that's, in my opinion, that's kind of proprietary.
Mhm.
But when it comes to um, your your setup, are you getting any buy-in from your clients, or are they just giving you carte blanche to run, with your own creative style?
Most people, they come in and they already have an idea in their head. They'll tell me exactly what they want, or they'll screenshot something,
Mm-hmm.
or screenshot some inspiration, and they'll send it to me. And usually, I'm not trying to brag on myself, but I kind of exceed their expectations,
Mm-hmm.
because my mom decorates all the time. I've seen
Yes.
her do it since I was little, so I try to make sure that their vision comes to life, like it kind of exactly how they want it. Every now and then you'll have the clients that'll say, "I just need pictures done. You can do whatever you want to do. Like, someone else paid for this session for me. You can just do whatever you want to do. I trust you." Those are my favorite. The ones who let me do whatever I want. But
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can understand that. And so, your mom is, of course, my cousin Twyla, and your aunt is my cousin Tiffany, and they are both, of course, I think my family is just absolutely fabulous.
they are fabulous. Yeah.
So, you feel now, I do know that you're still in school, right?
I'm actually finished. I graduate in October.
Congratulations.
Thank
What
you.
did you have? What did you get your degree
Well, it's not a degree.
in?
I
Hmm.
just finished the phlebotomy and EKG technician program.
Okay. And so, now, is this something that you plan on really pursuing while you're doing your business, or are you going to how are you going to manage that, or you just don't know yet? You just want that was just something you wanted to do?
Um, I started school before I started getting into photography seriously. So it was kind of something that I started doing just so I can, have something under my belt and to start working. But as my business progressed, I kind of just have it as a backup plan, just to have something under my belt, just to have for in case, it's a slow time or if something happens.
Hmm.
So,
So I know you said that you were in like the Abbeville area, but are you trying to branch out into like other areas, other places in that area, like Lafayette or Youngsville or anything like that, or you're just primarily staying in that particular area?
I kind of want to stay in the area. I feel that it gives Abbeville something new, something different and fresh.
Hmm.
And I get a lot of clients from around that area and in the New Iberia area, the surrounding areas. I do travel a lot. So I
Hmm.
do travel to like Lafayette or Opelousas or New Orleans, Baton Rouge, places like that. And then sometimes I'll have clients from Texas come to me, or I'll go to Texas to shoot them.
So when you travel, is the travel fee included in the in the package if you're doing an out of state or out of town? Because New Orleans, I mean, that's 2.5 hours away.
Mhm.
Are they paying for your travel?
Yes, they're paying for my travel.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And are you getting any pushback from that, from anything like that?
I was at first, but whenever you break everything down to them, like, okay, well, I need gas to get there. What if something happens to my car? if it breaks down or something like that, what if we're somewhere and it's bad weather and I have to stay out there,
Mhm.
and also it's just my time that I had to drive
Right.
out there. You're basically, if I have to travel, it's an all day thing. So you're paying me for those slots that I missed out on that someone else could have booked. You're paying me for those slots for the
Mhm.
day. So when you break it down like that, they don't give as much pushback, but they have the few that still, have an issue with it.
So my best friend has commented, boundaries are important. There'll always be naysayers and those who have nothing better to do than complain about how you run your business. Always remember that what God has is for you, and no one and nothing can stop your success. That's
Right.
right, chick. Now
Right.
she has her own business as well.
Hmm.
She does floral arrangements, and her son, he is, now I don't know if he's published, but I do know that he works with several big name stars out there in California. He's a personal trainer and he is absolutely amazing. Chick, if you want to drop his information in the comments so that we can just showcase that, that would be great. So she understands, those of us who know, right?
Right.
And so aside from the photography business and you going to school, what are some of the things that you just, the joy isms, the things that you like to do?
I like to sleep. I like to sleep because editing, it's something I can do on my laptop, so I can do it anywhere, anytime. So sometimes I'll be up until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning working on albums. So when I can get some sleep,
Hmm.
I'll go ahead and I'll do that. I'll sleep. And then outside of that, my favorite thing is to hang with Jada and Tyler, my niece and nephew.
Are you still now? The rumor mill has it, and I mean, I don't know. I ain't one to gossip, so you ain't heard it from me. But all the Campbells can sing, and they do sing. Are you one of those?
No, I am not one of those. I'm kidding. I'm playing. I do sing a little bit. I don't sing as often anymore, but I do
Are
sing
you
a little
still
bit.
doing any type of backups for Kai still?
So Kai is in her little shell right now. I think she's working on some things because she's been quiet, well, quieter than usual.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe when she's done creating this magical thing that she's working on,
Magical.
I'll do some backgrounds for her. But I haven't heard
Yeah.
from her in a few weeks.
Okay, my little Kai Bear, my little Kai Bear, and Joy is being really really shy at the moment. She has an amazing voice. She's an amazing talent. Period. One of her niches is dance. And that's something that she's done since she was really old enough to crawl or walk. She's always been involved in dance, and like I said, our family, we sing. She has sung backup and also lead on several different things. I think that their genre is pretty much like, it feels like a little neo soul-ish vibe. We're talking about Kai, my little niece Kai. Well, she's a grown woman, married with a kid, but the barefoot singer.
Yeah.
The barefoot singer. So, is there anything else, Joy or Sam, did you want to ask her? Because I kind of
Yeah.
took over.
No, that's fine. I was, doing my thing over here. Let's talk about numbers, if that's okay with you, Joy. I mean, is it working out for you financially?
Yes, it is. It is.
So your first year, if you don't mind sharing, how was your first year financially? I know the first year, well, actually, for most business owners, anywhere from year 3 through 5 might be kind of tough.
Yeah, the
Um,
first year was really, really rough because I was not charging my worth. I didn't calculate backdrops and props and editing time and editing software, because
Mm-hmm.
that's now they changed it to where you pay monthly or you pay for the whole year. I was really undercharging my first year just because I was trying to build up my clientele.
Hmm. So if you can remember that first year, about how many clients did you get in your first year? Doesn't have to be exact.
I think about maybe 50.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
It's not
maybe 50.
bad. The
Mhm.
second year,
The second year, it was around the same.
you know what I'm saying?
It was around the same.
The third year.
This year I have about 235.
Okay, so that's what I was looking for. So what happened for that's a big jump. So
Mhm.
50-50, then from 50 to 235. What happened in your second year to give you that big jump in your third year?
Um, my social media presence and promoting myself. That's what changed a
Hmm.
lot.
And what did you do to promote yourself?
I started being more consistent with my posts. And also just the aesthetic of my page, because I post in threes. I post three of the best pictures from their session. It was that. I also do a lot of TikTok because I started my TikTok last year. Do a lot of TikTok, and then also word of mouth. So I have it set up to where after your session, if you recommend someone and they come and they take pictures with me, because I have a questionnaire at the beginning, and it has a question that says, did anyone recommend you? Put their name down. If they put your name down, you get 10% off your session, or you get for Christmas, you get a free mini session, or you get 5 extra pictures in your album, just stuff like that to kind of get people talking around the area. So that's really what helped a lot.
So it sounds like all of that led to you getting a bunch of referrals.
Hmm.
I try to tell people in the business that I do that that's the name of the game. Treat your customers, give them overvalue so they'll want to give you the referral. And if you do that right, you won't have to ask them to refer anyone to you.
Hmm.
They just be your little individual marketing team out there for you.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Social media is still where it's at. I haven't really embraced the TikTok yet for what I do, but there I've seen a few financial guys on there. I have a TikTok, but I don't do a whole lot on there. I might just use that for my food posts, things like that. But Janet is using it, and I think she's getting some success out of it.
Hmm.
But social media is definitely where you got to let people know, who you are, where you are, what you do. And in this day and age, that's how they're, deciding on who they want to do business with, whether it be
Hmm.
photography, creative design by Janet, or insurance or investing with what I do. You got to be on some of these platforms. One, two, three, doesn't matter how many, but you gotta be on there because no one's like looking up in the yellow. You don't know what that is, so you never seen a phone book, have you?
I've seen one, but I've never had to use one.
Have you ever seen a payphone out in the public?
No,
No.
no, not in person.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So that's the way to do it. To bring Janet back in. There you go. We're just talking about numbers, Janet. She's done extremely
Mhm.
well. What's your number go? Do you set goals for the amount of clients you want to do in a year, or you just letting it flow?
I just let it flow because I really wasn't expecting as many clients as I have now. I really wasn't expecting that this year. So I really just go with the flow.
That's a big jump from 50 to what, what you say, 230, 250?
Mhm.
That's a huge jump.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's most impressive. So, how often do your clients repeat? How often do they come back to you?
Well, most of my birthday clients, they just come back every year around their birthday. But with maternity clients, that's the ones that I see the most because they have maternity, newborn, mommy and me, 6 month, and first birthday. So they'll come after their maternity session, they'll usually come back around like 3 times within
Hmm.
the year. And I have a lot of maternity clients. So that's mostly who I see.
That's wonderful. Um, do you do now? I personally know that you have, you have a studio and you have your backdrops and all of that. Do you do out like scenic? Do you take
Mm-hmm.
your clients to scenes and stuff like? I know that you did that in the beginning. I remember seeing some pictures of Kanzi and Joseph, and
Hmm.
that they were those were really cool too.
Yeah.
But do you still do things like that?
I stopped last year because I wanted my pictures to look a certain way and I wanted them to have a certain amount of dimension.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that year to learn how to use my camera and my lights and stuff like that. And I started back up this year. I haven't had a lot of people that want outdoor pictures because they do have other photographers in my area and they do a lot of outside natural light photography. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them want to do in studio, but I do offer outdoor scenic sessions.
So you don't have too many people wanting to do the outdoors. That what it sounds like?
Yeah, not too many people.
I
Okay.
can see that. I can see a pregnant lady not wanting not
Mm,
wanting to deal with any
It's
type
hot.
of thing like that. It's too hot,
It's hot.
especially in Louisiana.
It's like a wet heat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I see this is one of your set designs. How
Mm.
long does it take for you to do a setup?
This is like a basic setup. It took me like 15 minutes to put everything together because
Mm-hmm.
I have a notepad where I draw my sets out and a list where I plan out, okay, I'm ordering this, I'm ordering this, I'm ordering this, and
Mm-hmm.
I draw everything out. So usually it takes me about 15 minutes to set it up if I planned correctly and if it's not super, super extravagant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love the family photos.
Those are my favorite too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these some beautiful pictures.
Thank you.
The next time we're there, I need to get some headshots done. So,
I got you, Uncle Sam.
and I'm gonna do it with. I'm not waiting on anybody anymore. Some people have you talking about wait, for this and that and the third. I'm just gonna set it up. I'm gonna schedule myself. I got your link. I'm gonna schedule it myself.
So how far are you willing to travel, Joy?
I really I don't think I have a cap on where, I want to go. I kind of want to travel and go to another country and take pictures because I know there are photographers out there that travel and teach. And
Mm-hmm.
then wherever they go, they also take sessions wherever they are. I really
Mm-hmm.
do want to start teaching eventually. It's just I don't feel as though um, everything that I'm doing right now when it comes to editing and shooting, I don't feel as though it's like by the book. So I don't want to teach anybody the wrong thing. But I do eventually want to go out of the country and shoot and build my clients out of the country.
So I saw one of the pictures right here. Mod was that one of your published pieces?
Oh no, that's so the girl, she really likes Mod magazine. That's a really, really like huge, big fashion magazine.
Okay.
Eventually I want to get there.
Okay.
It's kind of like a rendition of Vogue.
Mm-hmm.
So the
I
girl
agree.
she brought the idea to me and she was just like, "Oh, well, I want it to look like I'm on a magazine cover or something like that." So I just made her magazine cover.
Hmm.
So Pat said maternity photos are becoming more popular now. That it wasn't something they did 37 years ago. And I completely agree with that because I don't have, I have a big belly picture with Rob, and I have a big belly picture with Ray. In one picture, I was in the grocery store, and in the other picture, I was just at somebody's house. So,
Oh, Lord.
but, I mean, they're taking. I think that the pregnancy photos are absolutely, gorgeous,
Mhm.
and you do amazing work.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is really fascinating. Actually, I think we were there when you first picked up the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See that you've
Yeah.
come this far is really cool. So, as far as you want to talk about pricing, or no, just send them to your link.
Fine.
Well,
It's
I
fine
see
with me.
that you had some things on the Instagram page where you talked about some pricing and how many photos come with it. So tell
Mhm.
us a bit about that.
So each of my packages come with a certain amount of photos. I in my first and second year, I had a bad habit of just shooting and then just sending out like 30 or 40 pictures. But that was before I really learned Photoshop and I learned how to clean up skin and backdrops and stuff like that. So now one picture can take a few hours. So you're not only paying for the amount of time that you have with me, you're also paying for what kind of level your session is, and then also you're paying for how many pictures you have. Like for example, my petite session, you only
Hmm.
get 30 minutes. The client closet isn't included. It's only a solid backdrop because that's the easiest to clean up and edit, and you get 10 pictures.
Was
So
there
when
something you had to get your clients accustomed to? Because I'm a guy. I'm thinking, okay, I'm coming there. You're going to take the picture. I pay you. That's it.
Yeah, I had a lot of pushback with that. A lot of pushback. It was, oh, well, last year I got this amount of pictures. Last year it wasn't like this. Oh, why can't I have this backdrop? Why can't I have these props? Why can't we go here? And it's just like you're gonna have to upgrade your package if you want all of that, because that's a lot of
it's a lot
time
of
and
additional, yeah.
yeah, it's a lot.
So talk to us about the client closet because you've mentioned that a couple of times.
Yes, I built my client closet. That's one of my favorite things because I get to order a lot of fluffy dresses and maternity dresses and stuff like that. I have over 70 pieces in my client closet now
Hmm.
that I've built, and that's like luxury robes, luxury dresses, and stuff like that.
So
So wait a minute. Client closet. What is that? I'm a guy, guys. Y'all got to break that down
so
for me.
go back to the belly to baby.
It's whenever they book a certain session, like the belly to baby bundle, it includes the client closet. So the dress she has on, that's
Hmm.
a dress that I have in
Oh,
the closet.
okay. I
So
get closet clothes. Okay.
yeah.
And then if we're
Outfits.
on her Instagram, then we've seen other things that other pieces of her client closet. So let me ask you, how long do you switch up your client closet? And if you do, how often or how long do you keep a certain, certain look before you say, okay, it's time for me to before it's
Yeah.
time for me to change up?
My older pieces that I had, a lot of the pieces that I had in the beginning were just some of my old prom dresses or dresses from my mom's closet that she didn't want anymore. They're a lot older and out of style now, so I got rid of those. But I pretty much try to keep everything
Hmm.
because everybody's different, everybody's style is different, their body is different. So I try to keep as much as I can. But if something kind of phases out, I'll get rid of it and try to replace it with something new.
When you get rid of it, are you offering it to you're selling it, or you're just packing it away somewhere?
I try to sell it, but if no one's really biting at it, I'll throw it away or give it to Goodwill or something like that. Whew,
Bless
excuse
you.
me.
I'm
Thank you.
sure that with your particular style, that there are people who try to mimic or imitate your style. Are you coming across that?
A lot. Yes, a lot. Which is it's fine because my mentor, the first thing she taught me was that everybody's eye is different. That's how
Hmm.
God made us. We will never see the same thing in the same way. And also, imitation is the best form of flattery. So I try not to get upset about it. But they've tried. Not many have succeeded, but they try to mimic a lot of what I do. So yeah.
And the thing that you feel that makes you stand out, is it the attention to details?
It's that, and also posing, and it's really the quality of
Hmm.
everything. It's different.
So I kind of wanted Sam to scroll back through your Instagram so that we could highlight some of the pieces in your client closet. I know that this wedding dress is not one of them. So if
Mhm.
he could if he could kind of scroll down.
Joy,
You-
how long have you had a mentor?
I've had her as a mentor since, well, she hasn't just mentored me with photography. It started off, she was just a mentor in general. She actually took my senior photos. Her name is Miss Rhonda Abear. She
Hmm.
took my senior photos. She took Kanzi's senior
Mhm,
photos. And whenever I told her, "Hey, Miss Rhonda, I want to get into photography. Can you help me out?" She's actually the one who gave me my first set of studio lights,
mhm,
because she changes out every 2 to 3 years her lights, because that's how well she's doing. She could just change them every 2 to 3 years because she wants to. So she gave me my first set of studio lights, and she taught me how to use my camera and everything. So when did I graduate? I graduated in 2017. So that
mhm.
was like 4 or 5 years ago. That's how long I've known her.
I
So
mean,
that
I don't know if you realize it, but you've done a lot of things right. And that's one of them, having that mentor in place. So I can see that played in your role as far as that growth from year 2 to year 3 as well.
Mhm.
To have that, because that mentor does a lot. It's very valuable. I try to tell people, have someone that's going to give you the nitty gritty of what you're trying to do, the good, the bad, the ugly, and won't be afraid to put you on the right track. It's huge though when you're growing a business. It saves you so much time and it accelerates the growth of the business. So kudos for you for having a mentor. I'm not sure if that was your plan, but it worked out great for you.
Mhm.
is
'Cause a
this
lot of
jewel
people,
dress that we're looking at? Is this one of your client closet pieces?
Yes, that's my dress. That's my favorite dress. I love it. I love it
What
so.
about when it comes to the kid pictures? I see some tulle, I see some of the little babies in their little tutus. Are
Mhm.
those client closet pieces as well?
Um, what the wraps are, but the outfits, because every baby is a different size, the parents are responsible for the outfits. But usually, those set designs and stuff, most of that it's composite, so they're not even really there. Like,
Hmm.
that's real in a wrap. The headband is mine, but that's not real. That's not even a real setup.
Okay, I understand.
what do you mean? It's like a virtual background?
Yeah.
You're all fancy and technical now, huh?
I'm trying. I'm trying.
So what
So,
do you see? Oh, go ahead, Janet.
oh no, I was just going to mention one of Pat's comments was that you are giving me a good idea. Pat has a like a vintage store that she's doing a lot
Mhm.
of. She's like doing a lot of online vintage pieces, and so she's saying that you're giving me an idea to offer vintage clothing for people that want to do period
Mhm.
photography.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
We'll send you the invoice via email, Pat.
A lot of people are doing the rentals, the
Mm.
the robe rentals, dress rentals and stuff like that. They're doing a lot of that. That's also another dress of mine.
So let me ask you about this piece right here. Go back. Sam is moving really, really fast.
Let me know. Is this one or what?
No, that's not it. Um, it was the piece where it was like rhinestone bra and uh, top with the fringe. No. Well, once we come back to it, then I'll say something right there. So is this one of your closet pieces?
Oh, no, that's actually her outfit, and she really was self-conscious about it.
Okay. But it's really, really nice.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's take a break, and then we'll get into some of the Q&A. When we come back, guys, you guys feel free to ask Joy any questions you might have, and we'll keep this party going. Let me bring up, whose commercial should I play? Let's do Janet's. And we're back. So any questions, Janet, you see on your end for Joy?
No, just people, giving her kudos, and stuff like that. So that's wonderful. That's always a good idea. I know that she shared the link on her page, but we are an hour behind Central Standard. So, but the good thing is that these videos can be played over again. Good morning, Cassandra.
I'm just waiting a couple of minutes to see if anyone has any questions for Joy, small business owner. African American business owner that's doing exceedingly well. 3 years in business total, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you need to start. That's what I was going to ask you. I have a question. You mentioned teaching. Would that be a virtual class? Can you do that virtually, or it has to be like in person?
I would actually do both. On my there's actually this photographer that I saw what she did. She pre-recorded all of her class, and it's actually called Lola Milani Academy. She pre-recorded everything. She set up different sets like Mommy and Me maternity, first birthday. She pre-recorded it, and you purchase the class. So you're basically purchasing access to those videos. And then there's another photographer that I really look up to. Her name is Natasha Ince. I think that's how you say her last name. But what she does is she travels the whole world, and she'll have a studio that hosts her, and she'll have a whole bunch of photographers pay for seats for that class, and it'll be like hands-on, one-on-one for a full day. And then the next day she'll travel to another state, or the next day she'll travel to another country and do it all over again.
Okay. Yeah, because the virtual classes are really big right now. And it allows the business owner to create another income stream right in the same area that they're currently in. So you don't have to go out and learn something new and teach it. So that's cool. I'd be interested in that. Way back many, many years ago when I was in the Air Force, I took a photography class. It was pretty cool. Yeah. I actually had gotten a camera. I can't even remember why I stopped. But I enjoyed it. So that made me remember to ask you about that. So I would be interested in doing the class.
So that's where I get it from.
He's always trying to insert himself.
No, I surprised myself, because it was like at that time, Joy, we still had the Polaroid. You probably don't know what that is. Well, you might know because this is your area.
I had
You
one.
doing the thing like this to get it dry, which can come out. But I was amazed by the guy who was showing me how the camera worked and how you adjust it for the lighting and all that kind of stuff. It was really intriguing. I didn't know anything of that coming from Mississippi, and not even seeing one of those types of cameras before, let alone taking a picture with one. But anyway, I'd be interested in that class. And I'm not asking for any discount either. That's not how we support Black business.
Very true. Very, very true.
We don't do that over here.
I'm trying to learn how to really manipulate the software to get out things that I don't want and add things that I do. Um, I'm trying to create children's coloring books. And
Oh.
so with that, you know, I need to, I need a broader knowledge of photo manipulation.
Mhm.
But I'm real excited to create something for, at least for my grandbabies to start activity books, and stuff like that. So that's really wonderful. That's really cool. You should do it. You should definitely do it. The online things first,
Mhm.
because it will be easier, especially in your seasons of downtime. Those are easy videos, and they just keep on going.
My only reservation is that when it comes to Photoshop and certain things, sometimes I'm just winging it and I
Mhm,
don't know if it's the proper way to do things. It's just things that I learned with trial and error.
mhm.
I don't even know if it's the right thing half the time, but that's my only.
So, is there a reason that you use Photoshop as opposed to other photo editing softwares, or do you use several photo editing softwares?
I use well, Photoshop is Adobe. Adobe, whenever you pay that monthly subscription, you get
Mhm.
everything. So you not only get Photoshop, you get Lightroom, the Spark Post, the video editing software. So I kind of like to stick with the same thing. I find that it's easier, and also Photoshop is the most compatible with like presets and actions and files and stuff like that. It's the most compatible, most compatible with everything.
So, like I said, my best friend, Sam just had it up there that she would be interested in a photo class so that she can learn how to take better pictures of her creations and post them on social media as well. I think that anybody who is creating content, like, her things are beautiful. Rhonda, don't sell yourself short. I'm using your government name, Rhonda Michelle Walker Kendrick, aka Chick. Don't sell yourself short. Your pictures are, they do come out very, very nicely. But I do understand what you're saying is to just give it that extra push. I think that one of the things that she and I are lacking in, that what where we could do better, is in posting our content more consistently.
Mhm.
That I think that's and she's not lacking in business either. This girl, she, she is not lacking either. But it would be nice to have just those additional things in your pocket when it comes to learning how to create the best pictures, to just give your pictures that extra pop.
Mhm.
It's amazing to me how, regardless of what your particular industry is, that how you need those tools from other areas, right? So I think that if you did do those classes, you would not only get photographers, but you would also get creatives, people like me
Mhm.
and Chick, and even people like Sam,
Yep.
because those things, pictures, we're all site driven, right?
Mhm.
We're all site driven.
Mhm.
That's Kendrick Creations. That's what my best friend does, and
Oh,
her
that's so
pictures
beautiful.
are her pictures are nice.
Yeah, you have really good content on your page. Those are really nice pictures.
Hmm.
I was just thinking even a class because the cameras on these cell phones now are so powerful.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know how to use it, right? Just the basic thing. I always see some people, creators, saying, "I just did this with my iPhone," or "I did this with my Android."
Mhm.
Like, how are you doing all that? Because you can go in there and turn it on professional for the Android, but it's a
Mhm.
lot, right?
Mhm.
Um, I mean, you want to think about doing a class on that. I know you're an iPhone person, but still.
Mhm. Team iPhone. There's actually a videographer out here who's really successful, and he does all of his videos on his phone.
See.
I witnessed it for Acadiana Fashion Week.
Hmm.
He And then also for Mardi Gras, he was at all of the parades. He was the one who made the official content for the Mardi Gras parades, and he
Mm-hmm.
does it all on his iPhone.
Wow.
Mhm.
But you got to know how to use that camera on that phone. So that
Mhm.
might be a class worth doing. I would take it.
Yeah, I would take it too. And when it comes to, let me ask you, when it comes to you taking pictures, now your things is a little bit different than mine, but I keep hearing dimension is key,
Mhm.
right? Flat
Mhm.
surfaces is out, dimension is key.
Mhm.
So do you find that would be an accurate assumption?
Yes.
What do you mean by dimension?
So dimension, um, as far as shadows and highlights, making it pop. Like for example, I was saying with outdoor photos, I wanted to do them correctly and have dimension. I wanted it to be a scenic picture, but I want the subject to be the main focus. So the subject would be the main focus, but however, you'll have this beautiful backdrop like jungle gardens or something like that with the moss trees and stuff like that, but it's darker in the back. So
Mm-hmm.
you'll be the subject. And then of course, like on the subject, the shadows and the highlights, which is technically the contour and the highlight, just things like that that make it stand out and make it's not flat.
Hmm.
So Sam, can you go to my Instagram page real quick?
Give me a second. What's your Instagram?
Just style with taste.
Okay, I need to reshare.
So while he's doing that, um, we've discussed that you do a lot of maternity and a lot of babies and first years, but do you also do, or have you thought about doing like branding? Can you scroll please? Doing some branding for, like, okay, so let me ask you, scroll down. So this first picture, the one with the real estate, is this a an example of like dimension or flat?
So you're talking about the shirts?
Uh-huh.
That has dimension. It's not flat. What I mean by flat is like, when you take a picture with flash and it all just looks uniform, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really stand out. That has dimension to it because when you look at it, okay, the shirts, that is what I'm supposed to be paying attention to. Because if it's flat, you don't know if you're supposed to be paying attention to the wood or the shoes or something else. So you know for sure, okay, this is about the shirts.
Even though I have a lady there and shoes, I'm
Mhm.
still okay. Scroll down a little bit more.
You're getting a free tutorial, Janet. I see. I see you
I'm
playing
just
it.
making sure that, because obviously I think that my work could be better, right?
Mhm.
But I need to make sure now. Stop right there. So the branding for the event planner, that shirt is done, the photography is done a little bit differently,
Mhm.
right? So, in your opinion, should I focus more on, or should someone who's doing this business focus more on um, something like this, or like the Dad is King, or it really doesn't matter as long as the thing that you're trying to showcase really pops?
Yeah, it really doesn't matter, just as long as it pops and they know exactly what they're looking for. Because I've seen content where, say they're selling jewelry and they'll
Mhm.
have something random in the back and everything is just so flat you don't know what they're selling. So just
Mhm.
as long as it pops,
Okay.
you want it to be like in your face.
Because the what I hear is that from other people is that when it comes to like the things that I would do, that I really need to like wear it,
Hmm.
right? That I need to have it on instead of, but I don't want to put on other people's shirts. If I'm doing work for a client, I'm not putting their shirt on and taking a picture of it. I just I want to snap it, pack it, and send it on.
And I would say like maybe do like a client cam where they send you pictures, but
Mhm.
everybody doesn't take pictures the same way. It wouldn't really be uniform. That's the thing that but if you have, I would recommend that if you have just some inventory, some random things that you just make,
Mhm.
either you modeling it and taking a few pictures, like taking a day where you're just like, okay, all of this inventory that I have, I'm going to set up my light and I'm going to take pictures in it the same way so that way I can just post it, or you can get someone else to come and wear it for you and just have a day where you're just shooting everything for
I
content.
need Joy to come, Joy or Ray or
Ray is going to get you a lot more followers.
Ray has her dog. Her dog has an Instagram page.
Yeah, her and the dog. They can
Really?
they can model.
Yeah. And then she uses the dog's whole government name. Oh,
So okay, let's I got a question. We are what, 5 more months in the year. How do you see your business closing out the year? I know going into the holidays is a busy part for your business, right?
Hmm.
Well, scratch that question. What do you see your business, let's say 3 years down the road? Yeah. See.
So this is the plan. So of course want to have a bigger and better studio for myself.
mhm.
By then I would also still, like to be traveling, teaching, shooting. However, there are no just basic photography studios that you can rent in the Lafayette, Abbeville, New Iberia area. There's
Mm,
none. You have to drive to either Baton Rouge or New Orleans to rent a studio. And they're just basic studios. So my goal is to have a studio, a Joy Spraggins Photography or Joy Spraggins Studios in each of those cities. And whew,
Bless you.
sorry. And to have these extravagant setups. Of course, a simple studio, but an extravagant setup in each building so that way people can rent because we don't have any studios out here. And now, with the photographers, nowadays, a lot of them don't have studios. So they depend on renting from other people. And the space I'm in now, I'm always in there. And also, it's not my ideal studio. So I
mhm.
can't rent out to anybody. But eventually I want to expand and, have that
So
different.
you're thinking of purchasing a building that has kind of like quote unquote office space where you can turn into other studios.
I want each room to be different,
Hmm.
to be designed different.
Kind of
So,
like a hairdresser with written out her boots, huh?
hmm yeah, kind of like that.
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
I like that idea.
Because we have no studios out here. If I didn't have the space that I have now, I would be in trouble.
Sounds like a business opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
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 Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Joey, thank you for joining us. I know it's early over there, 7:30. You had to get up
Yep.
early to get on the show. We appreciate it, and we're so proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm not going to speak for Janet because Janet be thinking
Thank
entirely
you.
different from me sometimes.
Joy
Thank
knows. Joy knows.
And did I say dementia or dimensions? Because I am from the country, chick,
She
and
got
from
you.
Mississippi. Regardless of what I said, you understood what I was saying. So hey, goodness.
Big country.
Mhm.
Oh my
I
God.
know she over there dying.
Not dementia.
That's an idea as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to include that also because the space that I want to create, it'll have your lights and your backdrops, not only just big backdrops, but just like smaller backdrops for product pictures. If they have videographers that need to make a commercial or something like that, you'll have all the lighting equipment you need. Like everything is fully stocked. It'll be for everybody,
Hmm.
pretty much.
Okay.
Good idea.
Yeah, it is.
That's
Don't say
that's
anything else about it. We're giving people up,
right.
getting our ideas away.
Uh-huh.
I'm just, I'm just playing.
Don't say nothing else. Ah,
Rhonda gonna try and do it.
she got a whole van. She she definitely needs a some type of warehouse space though. Chick does. You know, I guess maybe we all do a space to just create, to create and be creative. We need those spaces. So that's an excellent idea.
Well, let me pay some bills and we'll come back and we'll wrap this up. Sounds
Okay.
good? So much to do. I still have that as the Bank of You sponsor, but he sponsors everything we do. I need to switch that over to Coffee Chat. So yeah, I'm just playing about the ideas, guys. I'm a firm believer that I can tell you everything that I do. There's so much business out there, especially as Black folks. We don't need to be holding each other down. What do they call that? The crabs in the barrel mentality. It's hurt us so much over the years. We really don't need to do that. Joy's doing her thing. That doesn't mean that someone else in another state or city or whatever can't be a successful photographer as well. Because your client is your client. I tell Janet that all the time. Your client is your client. It doesn't matter who else is doing whatever. Your client's going to seek you out. They're going to do business with you. And took her a minute to get used to that because she's territorial. I'm laughing at my own joke. Anyway, so I was just kidding about the business idea. I don't want to think I'm that kind of person. But Joy, again, it's been a pleasure having you. I'd like to have you on here again. Maybe we can go into a little bit of detail. You can talk about, I don't know, something about taking a picture or something with those fancy cameras you have.
Okay.
Something like that.
How many cameras do you have, Joy?
Number 3 is on the way.
And do you use those do you use all 3 in each of your sessions or you just pick one?
I use one specifically for my indoor sessions, and then also I've been shooting a lot of weddings also. So the third one that's coming in, it'll be paired with the one that I barely use, so I can at the weddings.
Gotcha.
Do you do video as well, or just still photography?
No, videoing is not my ministry.
Okay.
It's not. I tried, but it didn't work out.
It's a lie. Someone just asked that question. I want to ask questions now that we're getting ready to shut down.
With pictures, I can fix anything. Videos, if you get it wrong, you just, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. That's nice. That must be Pat.
Yeah, that's Pat.
All right. Anything else, Janet? We're done.
No, I'm just so happy that you agreed to come on with us, and I hope that you can come back and we can just continue to chat about the business and how it's growing.
Mhm. Thank y'all for having me. I miss seeing you guys' face.
I miss seeing your face too. This is one of our lunch buddies. We love going out to eat good food.
Since our last lunch, a whole lot has changed.
Oh
A whole
yeah, we
lot.
need to catch
A
up.
whole lot.
So Joy, you're 24, you're a photographer, you have your own business. Um, you've been a student of life. Are
Mhm.
you dating anyone?
No, I am not dating. I have sworn off dating until next year. I have goals that I need to reach, things that I need to do, and it's slim pickings out here.
Well, you
So,
heard that, Facebook. She is single, but anybody has to be vetted. We have to vet you.
yes, you have to go through Uncle Sam, Aunt Janet, and the rest of the family first.
Hmm. Absolutely, 1,000 other people.
Thank you, Miss Rhonda. Thank you. Yeah, but I'm single, but I'm not looking right now because I have other things to focus on.
Good, good. All righty.
Okay. It seems like no one's ready to get off, huh? Um, was there something else you want to discuss, Janet, Joy? No? No?
I
No?
really enjoyed this.
Me
I'm gonna
too.
have to tune in from now on. I didn't even know about this. I'm gonna have to tune in from now on.
Now our Facebook people, our people are claiming you, Joy.
Hey, aunties.
We just love to see young people, doing things. And I think that this generation, her generation, you have a lot of entrepreneurs that's coming up, in her generation and in like I said, I don't know, Rhonda, I didn't see that you did that. I asked you to put not Khalif, Keithy's information up,
Oh,
so we can kind
I
of,
think you did.
she did.
Yeah, further
So we
up.
can
I
kind
think
of
yeah,
highlight,
you did.
Oh, I must have missed it.
no, because she's too busy talking about Sam's
Dementia. Yeah. She need to stay focused.
And it's an inspiration. One of the reasons that I'm glad we had you on, Joy, is because if you have these young people that in your age group, they're really that's kind of stuck and don't really know what they want to do, it's kind of like an inspiration,
Mhm.
because what just a little backdrop of her, that this girl was one of those dual enrolled students. She was going to college and going to high school, at the same time. And so this is Keith's Facebook page. Keith, well, we call him Keithy, but and like I said, he's a personal trainer out there in California, and he works with a lot of big name celebrities and stuff like that. So he's doing quite well too. But back to what I was saying, Joy, is that she was dual enrolled, in high school and in college at the same time. And it just got to be a bit much. And even though, you know, uh we come from a well educated background, college might not be for everybody.
Mhm.
That education field, may not be for everybody, and that need to succeed or to excel in that particular arena, it can cause, stress and anxiety, in young people.
Mm.
So the fact that she is able, that she found her niche, and she found a passion at such a young age, because she's 3 years in. This means that she started probably when she was like 2021,
Mhm.
and it's something that she's been able to keep up with. Therefore, she is able to be successful in this particular field. It speaks volumes. And then what that did for her is settled her mind and settled herself down enough for her to be able to finish, you know, uh, her educational goals, even though it wasn't the plan. She went in a different type of trajectory, and it wasn't the exact plan that was mapped out for her. It's the plan that she still accomplished her goal, or one of her goals. And you never know, she may go back and get a doctorate. Who knows? But right now, you don't think so, Joy?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave for Damon.
You gonna leave the doctorate to Twine?
Yeah. If they had a doctorate of photography, I'd be all for it. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave that where it is.
But the bottom line is, success doesn't always come in the form that we as parents think that it should. And these young people, you know, you may not be going down the path that your parent has mapped out for you, but just, it's not over. It's not over. Get out your head, and perhaps find something that you enjoy doing, that ends up becoming a passion for you, and then all of the other things will really fall into place. So thank you, Joy. Thanks for being a motivator. And look, Pat says your new auntie Pat, she's in her 60s, and she's saying that motivated her to keep going in her 60s. So yeah, that's really, really wonderful. So I'm very proud of you, because I know the backstory. So I'm very proud of you.
Oh, I just followed him on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Followed him. I need to work out something. I need to do something.
Listen, I would never hire Keithy. He ain't killing me.
Man,
He is not killing me. Okay, he
those
is not.
workouts off the chain. You get in shape real quick though.
Yeah, I need to do something.
Keithy was one of those kids. Like I said, Chick and I have been in this thing for 40 plus years. So our children, they were on their own paths together. And that, I held that baby.
Mhm.
Auntie Roro.
Hey, Auntie. How you doing?
All right.
Thank y'all so much for having me. I really enjoyed talking to you guys.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. We are so pleased that you came on. We thank you. And we hope that this is one of the things that we hope to bring, is just great resources and networking opportunities. So, Sam says it all the time, is that if you guys want to come on to the chats, just let us know. Just let us know. It's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that was the doorbell, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's our neighbor, probably.
My 87-year-old neighbor is ringing the doorbell.
Lord.
She's a sweetheart. She's 87. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks again, Joy. Guys, thanks for joining us. We'll be back here on Friday. I think we have Diva Designs. Is that
Yes,
right?
we have Diva Designs. I'm excited about that as well. And then next week, we're going to try to get some real estate agents on here.
Oh,
So
I can't wait for that one. Also, Friday evening, we're doing virtual, what did I call it? Happy hour.
yes.
Right. That is not going to be live, guys. I don't want to get anybody in any trouble. What I'm going to do, I reminded myself of when I did it the first time. I did it in a off the messenger chat because it's offline. I don't know. Well, I'm open to comments and suggestions on that, but I'm leaning towards doing it in a private setting. But we'll see. Okay.
Bye, y'all.
Like I want to say something else, so I'm gonna cue the music.
Bye, you guys.
All right. Bye, Joy. Have a good day. That was really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed her. Is it Sam's girlfriend? What are you talking about, girl? Don't get your brother-in-law killed over here.
I ain't done nothing. Okay. So yeah, Friday, Diva Designs. I'm looking forward to that one. I might not have a whole lot to say because I know these two are going to be all in the creative zone. I'll just be managing the studio. How about that? And then Friday evening, we're going to do virtual happy hour. Private is cool. Okay, well, there's one vote.
Yeah, private is cool. It's the only way that we can do it.
Tomorrow morning? No, Friday morning. It's Friday morning, right?
For who?
Diva Design.
Diva Designs? Yeah, she said Friday.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for joining Coffee and Chat. I'm Sam G with JCG, signing off until Friday. And we'll see you guys then.
Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.